First, let's pay homage to the Venerable Monk Liaoming, to Master Sakya Zengkong, to the 16th Dharma King Karmapa, and Master Tupten Dorji. And homage to the main deity of Homa, the center of the 33 heavens, the Tushita heaven, the Lord Indra. We pay homage to the Lord Indra of the Tushita heaven, of the center of the 33 heavens. And we pay homage to all the deities of the altar. Sumo, all masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, temple directors, all disciples present here and over the webcast. And our guests of honors today from Academia Sinica, Professor Zhu and Mrs. Zhu. And we are very grateful to Professor Zhu and Mrs. Zhu for your support and participation. And a well-known entertainer and TV host, Mr. Tai Ziyuan. And we also hope that he provide more support and participation, continue to provide support and participation. And a well-known artist, Mr. Xin Long, also well-known singer. And today happens to be his birthday, so happy birthday. And also Mr. Yang Han. And from Beijing, Tangren, of course, entertainment company, President Xiong. And also, and the CEO, Mr. Tsang. And from the same company, the producers, Miss Yen Xin. And the producer, Mr. Lian. And from Shanghai, the Jialin Glass Company, General Manager Tsang. And the doctor from Atlanta, United States, Dr. Zhou. And a representative from the council, woman Xu Zhuang from Nantou County, and the producer for the TV program Illuminating Your Heart, Miss Rebecca Su, and the producers for the TV programs Platform Sutra and the Exposition of the Tantric development stages, Master Lian Yue and Miss Pei Jun. And anybody else? Also, there are many other VIPs who did not register themselves. And here I would like to offer my thanks to them for your participation in this ceremony. Good afternoon, everyone. How do you do? Today, we had the Lord Indra Homa fire offering. We made the offering to Lord Indra, and he would be our most distinguished guest of honor today, Lord Indra. It's very rarely perform his Homa. So the Tushita heaven is a very important heaven. In the past, in Hinduism in India, Brahma is the creator, and Shiva or Mahamara is the destroyer, and Vishnu is the protector. And there is a heaven that's always support Buddhism, and that was the Lord Indra of the Tushita heaven. So that's why he's often recorded in many of the sutras. And he, the one who invited Buddha Sakyamuni to stay in the world to turn the Dharma, the Buddha Dharma, is Brahma, Lord Brahma and Lord Indra. So, Lord Indra, the king of the Tushita heaven, is very important. There is a sutra called the Sutra of all the questions asked by Lord Indra. So Lord Indra asked Buddha Sakyamuni about the whole universe. So that's the sutra of the questions asked by Lord Indra. And he supports Buddhism and Buddha Dharma. And he often made offerings of the most rare and distinguished offerings to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. If you truly have true attainments and you are a true Buddhist disciple, then he would support and protect you. So he is a great king of heavens. And in Taoism of Chinese, he is referred as the Jade Emperor, Yi Huang Dadi, the Jade Emperor. So the status of Lord Indra, although he is in the realm of desire and the great Brahma is in the realm of form, however, his status is equal, seems to be equal to Lord Brahma. These two heavens are often together. So Lord Brahma, after he created the whole universe, he does not care about anything afterward. So the one who manage or control afterward is Lord Indra. So in Chinese we refer to him as the Yi Huang, which is the Jade Emperor. So he's also called the God. And he is the same as the God of Christianity, also the God of Muslim. He's also the God of Catholicism and also of Judaism. And he's also the God of Chinese. So God, all these gods of the different religions are actually one. But because of the different customs and cultures and faith and the direction of different beliefs, that's why he was differentiated into different names. But according to his origin, he was a Brahmin, and he was building a pagoda. And there were 32 people helping him building the pagoda. And because of this karma, they went to the Mount Sumeru, and at the center, Lord Indra, and around that, there are 32 other heavens, and divided into 4 directions, north, south, east, and west. And then at the center, the king or the Lord, together, there are 33 heavens. And the palace of this king of the Siddha heaven is very, very beautiful. It's not something that we can encounter in this world. And the host is this, the master is the Lord Indra, and there are 4 pagodas around it. It's body sariras, hair sariras, and other 2 sariras. These 4 pagodas are holding the 4 different kinds of sariras of Sakyamuni Buddha. And he supports, he is a great supporter of Buddhism. And there are also lanterns. You know, during the Lantern Festival, we like to go to Lugang near Zhanghua, and there are a lot of lanterns and lantern festivals. So the pearls and jewels of the Tushita heaven are like those lanterns in the sky, and it's not static, it's dynamic, it's changing. And when you see it, you can feel that it's very different from the world. And look, just like Lantern Festival on earth would draw tons of people, but the lanterns or the jewels in the heaven, it's ever changing and it's very captivating. And when you see it, you would be filled with bliss, with joy. So Tushita heaven is truly a great heaven, and the Lord of this heaven is truly great. And we know that he has many wives. And the princess and the princess of the Tushita heaven are numerous. And one time, because of the invitation of Grandmaster, Lord Indra comes with many princes and princesses, and they all hold these mudras, even the children. It turned out that they came from this Tushita heaven. And also Foqing and Foji also came from Tushita heaven. I'm always very amused that in Tushita heaven is like the heaven, the place for the best entertainments. And in the sutras it was mentioned, Buddha Sakyamuni has a disciple that's called Dipo, and he is a doctor and has great merits, and after death he went to Tushita heaven, Mujian Lian Mao Da Galyana. So, and then Chipo is a disciple of Maidagallana, and then he saw his guru came, and then he said, "But I'm very busy." Why? Because he's very busy to go for pleasures, and he ignored his teacher. So when you go to Tushita heaven, all you know is about seeking pleasures. So there's like the entertainment park where it's filled with all kinds of entertainments. And there are many others. There are weapons. There's like a treasure vase that can spew out all kinds of precious items, the items that we wish for. So he's the richest. I've said that before, that the 4 heavenly kings are the richest in the heavens, but how could Tushita heaven, that Lord Indra is richer than that, because he controls or he manages the 4 heavenly kings. So he's the commander, or the superior of the 4 heavenly kings. So he's richer than the 4 heavenly kings. And the entertainments there is infinite. I went there once, and it turned out that they have something that you never guess. Tsang knows. Have you been to the Tushita heaven? If you go, you will not hear. You will not be here. But I like to tell you that something that you could never imagine, that there's a red district there in the Tushita heaven. There is a red district in the Tushita heaven. I remember that the Republic of China would set up a red district in each district, and the governors and mayors don't dare to do so. Maybe there's issues of morality, and maybe it's better if they're underground, but not making it formal. But in Tushita heaven, it's even more liberal there. They have red districts because it's the realm of desire, that the focus there is pleasures and desires. And what a coincidence that there is a Tangran, and of course entertainment company from Beijing, and they're all here. What a coincidence. Because Tushita heaven is the heaven of pleasures and entertainment. If you go there, the pleasures in this human world is nothing to compare with. It's small. The pleasure there is big. It's the biggest one there of all heavens. If you want, if you like pleasures, you go to Tushita heaven. And there is a way, a road there that go direct to the Pure Land, and nobody wants to go though. So Sakyamuni Buddha has said, in order to go to the Pure Land, in order to attain Buddhahood, the Buddha said that he does not recommend people to go to the heavens because it's impossible for you to cultivate spiritually because you have too much enjoyment. And if you have too much suffering in hell or animal realms or the hungry ghosts, too much suffering, you also can't cultivate spiritually. And in the heavenly realms, there are too much pleasures and joy that you can't cultivate there. And the best place to cultivate is in the human world. Because there's both pleasures and sufferings here. So today we had Lord Indra Homa fire offering, because if you made him happy, then he would bestow wealth upon all of us, because he is truly blessed. And there is also a radiant way or path to go directly to the Pure Land. That the Bardo spirits, we pray to the Lord Indra so that he guide the Bardo spirits through this radiant path to go to the Buddha land. And there are many doctors of the Lord Indra and also the disciple of Maudagallana, also a doctor. And we wish that all these heavenly doctors came and cure all the sicknesses. As long as Lord Indra is pleased, then all calamities will be eradicated, all sicknesses will be eradicated. I hope that he bless us with love, respect, and harmony. Actually, the Lord Indra also has imperfect romance or marriage relationship. You know, in the Asura heaven, the men are very ugly, but the women are very beautiful. So Lord Indra married a princess from the Asura heaven. He has too many wives. So this Asura princess told his father, the king, that her husband does not just love her alone, but also loves others. So the Asura king brought an army and had the battle with Lord Indra. So that's the battle of the heavens. Huh? So he bestowed wealth and wisdom. And so it's best not to ask for marriage from him. He also has all kinds of weapons. He has a storage or warehouse of weapons, that whatever weapons you wish for would be generated from there. But the Asura king could never attack the Tushita heaven, because in the Tushita heaven there are too many weapons. And his mudra is this. the middle finger is standing upright, and the index finger is at the back of the middle finger. And this is the mudra of the Tushita heaven. That's the mantra. Indra, Indra, Indola. That's the name of the Lord Indra, Indola. So it's calling on his name. He has many mantras, and this is what we selected, the shortest one. I always like to give you the shortest mantra, because the longest mantra would take too much time. And he is riding on a great white elephant. And in India, a white elephant is an auspicious. All the gods of India, or Hindu gods, have pets. Brahma is riding on a goose, and the Mahamara or Shiva is riding on a white ox. That's also his pet. And Vishnu is riding on the Garuda. And the pet of the Lord Indra is the white elephant. And in the future, what would be my pet? Grandmaster's pet? I don't know yet. Haven't thought about it. I don't like the smell of pets. I don't have a pet yet. So the mudra of Tushita heaven, or Lord Indra, and that's the image of Lord Indra. So with visualization, mantra and mudra, then True Buddha Foundation will create a procedure, a practice procedure or sadhana. And last time, I transmitted the Dharma practice of Mazu, and I forgot to teach you the mudra and the mantra and the visualization. The visualization actually very simple. So the Celestial Mother Mazu wearing the heavenly crown with the beaded crown. That's the mantra. That's her mantra. The mantra of Mazu. And the mudra, it's holding the mantra card, and she is wearing the crown, like path to heaven crown with the beads, and you can visualize her with black face, red face, or yellow face. And now True Buddha Foundation can create her practice procedure. So actually all the procedures were created by all the lineage gurus of the past. So the Dharma or practice, actually it's all created by human beings. So True Buddha Foundation is the expert on creating procedures or practice procedure. So that should be very clear. You may think maybe it's best to go to Tushita heaven because there's red districts there, that in this human world, you know that the gods of the heavenly realms of desire, they all still have wives and they still have desire. And for people in this world, if you don't have any desires, then they would be sages. And for spiritual cultivators, we have to use a countermeasure. And after you counter it, and then when you see the Tao or see the nature, that means you gain enlightenment. Then you can go beyond the desire. That's why enlightenment is very important. The true understanding of the mind and seeing your own nature is very important. And Vajra Master Lian had written something about his enlightenment. It's still in the written words. They're all just words. There's no true form. You need to say the true form. Then you're about there. Right. Oh, you're Cantonese. I spoke Taiwanese. Oh, no, he's not. He's a fake Cantonese. He's actually a mainland Chinese. But he's lived in Hong Kong for a long time. You're Cantonese. Because Hong Kongese also is Cantonese. Sorry, I spoke Taiwanese to you. So just write about the truth, the true form. Don't write too much. If you write this and that and this and that, then it's confusing. So I just like to point to you. And also Liang Yung from Brazil, your article is not bad, but if you can write about the true face, that would be better. And also Lian Hua Yaoping, that had gone back to Brazil. Something is very strange. Those who shoot near the red dots, they're all from mainland Chinese. Liang Yong from Brazil is from Jilin, Shenyang, Harbin, Jilin. They're all in the same area. They're all the same. The northeastern part of China. How far is Jilin from Harbin? Very close. Almost. Mr. about there. And Master Lian Han, Master Lian Fu. Is Lian Fu here? She's from Qingdao. Dalian. Dalian is the same as Qingdao. It's about there. Not bad. Their wisdoms are all very high. Now we need Taiwanese. Also the remote places in Southeast Asia, in Japanese. Japanese master. Nihon Sensei is Japanese. So So we need people from Southeast Asia and from the Far East Asia to come forward. Now, let me talk a little bit about Hevajra. My experience is we have talked about many of the mantra and rituals of Hevajra. To use these Hevajra rituals, in order to be effective, you need to have a true guru with true attainments and receive Hevajra empowerment from him. So you have to receive the Hevajra empowerment from a guru that has spiritual response with Hevajra. So anyone that has not had spiritual response, then you would leave True Buddha school. But if you have spiritual response in your Dharma practice, and if it is very profound, and if your body, speech and mind have connected with the main deity, then you would never leave True Buddha school. Because if you have not had spiritual response, then you would leave. But once you have the spiritual response, you would be filled with Dharma joy. And you would have joy in your heart. Then you would like True Buddha school. Then you would never leave True Buddha school. So just because you don't have spiritual response, you don't have the true Dharma joy, the joy from your Dharma practice, that's because of that, then naturally but if you have that, naturally you would like to Buddha school. So you need to have a true guru with spiritual responses to give you empowerment of Hevajra. And then this practitioner follow the practice procedure and stage by stage and receive the empowerments or the blessings of the Hevajra, and then by the power of the blessings or empowerment of Hevajra, when you practice the ritual, then it would be effective. So yoga actually means the union of the main deity and yourself and the practitioner. The main deity and the practitioner. So today, in practicing Lord Indra, if you have spiritual response with him, then you definitely can go to his heaven. And if you have spiritual response with Amitabha Buddha, you can go to the Amitabha Buddha land. If you have spiritual response with Akshobhya Buddha, then you can go to the wonderful and joy Pure Land. And if you have spiritual response with Medicine Buddha, then you can go to the Lapis Lazuli Pure Land of Medicine Buddha. If you have spiritual response with Kuan Yin Bodhisattva, then you can definitely go to the Putho Pure Land. And if you have spiritual response with Guru Padmasambhava, then you can definitely go to Uchina, Pure Land in Kashmir. That's how it is. That's the union of heavens and practitioners, heavens and man, or the main deity and the practitioner. If you have spiritual response, then the mantra you recite would have power. So Dharma power is generated because you have spiritual response with that deity. If you don't have Dharma power, doesn't matter how you do your ritual, they would not be effective. In order to have Dharma power, you have to have spiritual response with the deity. And tantric practitioner has to frequently practice the visualization of oneness, or I enter and enter I. So you enter into the heart of Hevajra, or Hevajra enter into your heart. You have to often visualize this. So study, study, study. You train and train and train. And Hevajra enter into your heart, and you enter into Hevajra's heart. And from your body, and through the I enter and enter I, you become Hevajra. And there would be no difference between Hevajra and you, and no difference between any deities with you. And then once you have spiritual response with Hevajra, performing Hevajra's rituals would be simple and effective. So the mantra is like a passcode, and the mudra is also the passcode, and visualization is also the code, the passcode or password. The mantra of Hevajra. You need to know his mantra and his mudra. 2 thumbs, place it at the bottom of the ring fingers, both hands. So you need to know Hevajra's visualization, the auspicious Hevajra, all his hands holding Kapala and Doji. Then you would be no difference from Hevajra. There would be true spiritual response. Then performing Hevajra rituals would be very simple. And once you reach the highest level of spiritual cultivation, it's just with one thought. With one thought, everything is accomplished. Everything is accomplished. Doesn't matter what mantra or ritual you do, you cannot harm or hurt others. You need to have the 4 immeasurables with loving kindness to give others happiness, with mercy and compassion to resolve others' sufferings, with joy to do everything with joy, and with equanimity that you can give anything up. So loving kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity, that you can give up anything, even anything, or any hardest thing to give up. That all of this is established on top of the empty nature. So the loving kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity, and all Dharma, all Buddha Dharma established on top of the empty nature. And from my experience, for a tantric practitioner has to practice until he can attain the illusory body of Hevajra. And this illusory body is Vajra Sattva, and that's the nature, the body nature of the 5 Dhyani Buddhas. So the illusory body would be in union with our physical body. So Hevajra. So other than you, there's also an illusory body of Hevajra that's often together with you. So in our spiritual cultivation, we should not be diverted. So what does it mean? If you get off the correct path, or from divert from the procedure, correct procedure. Like say, if you strive for supernatural powers, or your thinking is slanted, what is the correct Dharma, the right Dharma? Don't have other thinking or other thoughts. It's very important to maintain the right thought. If you don't pay good attention to this, then you would have some mental problems or psychological problems. So in spiritual cultivation, some people, not only in spiritual cultivation, but anyone can have some mental disturbances. Say in our romances, if you want someone and you don't get it, sometimes you would have some mental problems. Or in your exams, you always get number 1, but one time you just get number 2 and you would be disturbed mentally. So a lot of people, when they don't get what they want, they would be sick. So this is very important. Please pay good attention to this. And you need to make sure that your body and mind are totally upright and correct. So in spiritual cultivation, say in meditation, you may have some sicknesses related to meditation, or in other practices, or in having romantic relationships, or in not passing exams, then you go crazy. A lot of people are like that. So as spiritual cultivator, you need to correct your body and mind. There is a head doctor at the mental hospital. One time it was raining very hard. And then all the mental patients said, "Oh, it's raining." They all go for showers. They all go for showers, and except one. And then the doctor thought, this one has good signs. So he asked him, "How come you don't go shower?" And he said, "Oh, these are fools. This is cold showers. I'm waiting for the hot shower." So today we practice Lord Indra. You know, there are a lot of people, mental patients in the mental hospital that say, "Oh, I am the God." And a lot of people think they're the greatest, they're gods. So that's why don't believe them. When someone said that they're God or they're the Jade Emperor, most of them, they have mental problems. So the psychiatric doctors ask the patient, test him, "So if I cut one of my ears, what would you do?" And his answer was very good. And then I wouldn't be able to hear. Oh, the doctor asked, "If I cut one of your ears?" And then he said, "How about both ears?" And he said, "Then I will not be able to see." And the doctor said, "How come when I cut your ears, you say you cannot see?" And then the patient said, "So if I cut both of my ears, then my eyeglasses would fall. Then how could I see?" So sometimes to be a psychiatrist in a mental hospital, you would also go crazy. I've seen that. They talk like this. They look like this. He had symptoms of this mental problems too. I know several psychiatric doctors, and he was talking to the mental patients, and I was watching them. And my friend talked like this. So he's going abnormal. I mean, he's not normal anymore. He doesn't even know. So there are a lot of this jokes about psychiatry. Dharma Sister Linda told this. You know, as a Buddhist disciple, we cannot commit suicide, but someone had a depression and wanted to kill herself. Every day, the brain is empty, and she doesn't like anything. That's a depression. So prior to madness, that's depression. She wants to kill herself. And so she lay on a railroad track, and prior to the train, she went to 7-Eleven and buy a piece of bread, and then went back to the railroad, waiting for the train to ride over her. And then someone asked her, "Well, you're about to commit suicide. Why did you still need bread?" You know? Of course. So, because if I don't eat and the train doesn't come, I would die out of hunger. So that's why we have to be normal. The most important thing is to be normal in our body and mind. As a Buddhist disciple, if you're not normal, that's not right. No matter what, as a true Buddha practitioner, we want to be a normal person first. A true and normal person, this is very important. Don't think all that abnormal things. And you need to be normal in your body, speech, and mind, and also to abide by the 5 precepts. Last week, I talked about this, about to refrain from killing, lying, stealing, being intoxicated, and infidelity. And then last week, I was just talking about drinking. And then there was something in the news about Makio. Actually, that Xiao Tai's program is good. He said, so she's riding on she's flying, and then when the captain doesn't fly the plane well, when she's unhappy flying on a plane, then she would beat on the pilot. So she's got drunk. So being drunk is not right, because then you lose control over your body and mind. Then you cannot be a normal person. Because when you're drunk, then you would create trouble. That's why she's in big trouble now. So that's a big problem. That's because of alcohol. So it's been in the news for 1 week. So if you don't remember about this Ma, her name starts with Ma. And this is a play of words in Chinese. And she has a Japanese name. Like Ro Katsuhiko is Grandmaster's Japanese name. So this accident would destroy her life just because of this drunkenness. So see, not only just getting drunk, but killing, stealing, lying, and infidelity. And the other two did not get drunk, but they lied. So they are bystanders, but they became witnesses and they lied. And they said, if they just said they did not know anything. So now they lied in the witness stand. They did not have problem, but now because they lied, they also got into problem. So lying also is not right. So just be a normal person. There's a mosquito flying and flying and flying on top of a head of a girl and sting her. Oh, and the mosquito could not push through, and because she's wearing a wig. There are a lot of fake things these days, and a mosquito is flying, and he's very excited. He was because there's like two boobs in front of him, but once he drew on, it's turned out to be silicone, and then the mosquito died of suffocation. It turned out that boobs are also fake. So there are too many fake things, but we should not tell lie, false words, lying, creating things, harming others, praising self and berating others. As a disciple of the Buddha, we should follow the teachings of the Buddha. That's authentic, that's truth. We cannot kill human beings, kill animals. We cannot kill the protected animals. We cannot steal, to be a thief or robbery. We cannot do infidelity or sexual misconduct, cannot lie or say coarse words or boastful words, untruthful words, and cannot drink. Just a little bit of tonic alcohol is okay. Or when friends are together and just drink a little bit, it's okay, but definitely cannot get drunk. Once you get drunk, then you would violate the precept. That's how True Buddha school is. Here's another joke. Someone met God, which is Lord Indra. And Lord Indra, or God, was very happy that day and said, I'll give you a wish. And that person said, What would be the best wish? Okay, I want 9 lives. 9 lives. That's so good. That's so great. And then God said, okay, I approve. I give you 9 lives. And he thought, oh great, I can live like Guru Padmasambhava. I have 9 lives to live. And 1 lifetime for 100 years, and 9 lives would be 900 years. The same as Guru Padmasambhava, about 1,000 years old. And then he saw a train coming. Okay, let me try. And he lay on the railroad track. And then the train passed through him. And he died. And he did not live. Why? Because the train has 10 carriages. So he died 10 times. So here I would like to teach all of you, True Buddha practitioners, that in this Hevajra exposition, from my experience, in order to have the Hevajra rituals to be effective, you need to receive empowerments, Hevajra empowerments for a true guru with spiritual response. So you need to receive the empowerment of whatever Dharma practice in order to do that Dharma practice. So if the guru that you take refuge in is a counterfeit, or then that doesn't comply with the Dharma, so you need to be careful. Then you should follow the Hevajra practice procedure and practice until Hevajra in front of you. Za, hom, ban, ho. This 4-syllable mantra. Za in front of you, Hevajra is in front of you. Hom, Hevajra on top of your head. Ban, Hevajra is inside your heart. Ho, Hevajra is the same as you, merge with you. Za, hom, ban, ho. First in front of you, and then dual in front of you, and then inside you, the same with you. So I enter and enter I. It's the first from the 2 Hevajra and you to become one. You are Hevajra. This way you can attain spiritual response with Hevajra easily, because you often invoke Hevajra and to enter into your body, and then you can generate Hevajra's illusory body. This is the most important pith instruction and meaning. And this does not only apply to Hevajra but to all deities. The most important thing is you have to have the right thought and the pure mind. With the right thought and pure mind, you invite Hevajra to enter into your heart. This is the most important thing. If your heart is pure, then he would enter into your heart with joy. But if your mind and heart is not pure, and it's that you have resentments, then there is no meaning to be a Buddhist disciple, to do this practice. It's as if the bowl is dirty, and if you pour milk into it, you cannot drink the milk. But if the bowl is clean, and you pour milk into it, then you can drink the milk. So if your heart is not clean, if your mind or your speech is not clean, is not pure, your body, your mudra is not clean, is not pure, and the lotus in your heart is not clean, is not pure, how could Hevajra enter into you? Even if Hevajra enters into you, it's useless because it's dirty. So this is the most important point. This is the fifth instruction. So please cleanse, purify your mind and heart and your speech, that you don't say evil words and your body does not violate the precepts or create negative karma. And your mind is always on the deities, and you recite the mantras, you form the mudras, you visualize him, and your mind and heart is totally harmonized and at peace, at ease, and you don't create negativities, and your body and mind is totally open and at ease and at peace. That's the most important thing. So today we would like to congratulate Xin-long and wish him a happy birthday. May all your wishes be fulfilled. That you would have great luck. That your future, wish you the best in all your endeavors, and your future is bright. Om Mani Padme Hum.